Feeling overwhelmed by work, family, and responsibilities? Struggling to find time for intimacy with your partner? In this video, we'll explore how busy couples can prioritize sexual wellness and reignite their connection, no matter how hectic life gets. Stay tuned till the end for practical tips that will help keep the spark alive. Welcome back to QuickHealth Hub. Today, we're diving into a topic that often gets neglected when life gets busy: sexual wellness for couples. In the whirlwind of daily life, it can feel almost impossible to carve out time for intimacy. Work, kids, social obligations, these responsibilities often take center stage, leaving little time for personal connection with your partner. But here's the thing: maintaining intimacy is crucial for a healthy, long-lasting relationship. It strengthens your bond, reduces stress, and improves both your emotional and physical well-being. In today's video, I'll share practical tips that can help busy couples maintain a fulfilling, intimate relationship, even when time is tight. Let's start with a simple truth: prioritizing your relationship is key. Just as you make time for work meetings, appointments, or family events, it's essential to make time for intimacy. And yes, that means scheduling it. Now, I know what you're thinking. Scheduling intimacy takes away the spontaneity. But hear me out. When you're both juggling full schedules, it's easy for weeks to go by without making time for each other. By setting aside time for intimacy, you're prioritizing your relationship and ensuring that this essential part of your life doesn't get lost in the shuffle. You can still keep things spontaneous within that window. Whether it's a romantic dinner, a cozy night in, or simply spending time together without distractions. Scheduling helps you carve out dedicated time for each other in the midst of chaos. Speaking of distractions, let's talk about creating a mindful space for intimacy. In our busy lives, we're often surrounded by noise. Our phones, TV, kids, work stress. There's always something vying for our attention. When it comes to sexual wellness, being present is everything. When you do find time to connect, make sure you're fully engaged with each other. Turn off your devices, dim the lights, and create a calm environment where you can both relax and focus on each other. Even small efforts like lighting a candle, playing soft music, or simply talking about your day can set the tone for a more meaningful and connected experience. Mindful intimacy is about quality, not quantity. You don't need hours of uninterrupted time, just the right atmosphere and intention to fully connect with your partner. Another key aspect of keeping the spark alive is open communication. Let's be real, no one can read minds, especially when life is pulling you in different directions. Having honest conversations about your sexual needs, desires, and any concerns is essential for maintaining a healthy relationship. Don't wait for things to become an issue before you talk about them. Instead, make a habit of checking in with each other regularly. Ask your partner how they're feeling, if there's anything they'd like to try, or if there's something that's been on their mind. These conversations don't need to be awkward or forced. In fact, they can bring you closer together and help you understand each other's needs on a deeper level. When both partners feel heard, intimacy naturally becomes more fulfilling and connected. One of the biggest barriers to intimacy for busy couples is stress. It's no secret that stress can wreak havoc on your libido. After a long day of meetings, errands, and obligations, the last thing on your mind might be intimacy. But here's the good news: intimacy can actually help reduce stress. Studies show that sexual activity releases endorphins, which are natural mood boosters. So instead of seeing it as another task on your to-do list, think of it as a way to unwind and reconnect with your partner. If full-on intimacy feels like too much after a stressful day, start small. Physical touch, like cuddling or a simple back rub, can help you relax and build emotional closeness. Sometimes that's all it takes to reignite the spark. Let's also talk about the importance of physical affection outside the bedroom. For busy couples, maintaining intimacy often means finding small moments to connect throughout the day. Holding hands, hugging, kissing, or even sitting close to each other while watching TV. These simple acts of physical touch are crucial for maintaining an emotional bond. They release oxytocin, the hormone responsible for creating feelings of closeness and affection. These small gestures remind your partner that you're still connected, even when life is pulling you in different directions. Think of it as emotional maintenance. It doesn't always have to lead to sex, but it helps keep the connection alive. Now here's a tip that's often overlooked. Sexual wellness starts with self-care. When both partners are running on empty, it's hard to find the energy or desire for intimacy. That's why it's so important to take care of yourself physically and emotionally. Regular exercise, a balanced diet, enough sleep, these aren't just good for your overall health, they also impact your libido and energy levels. Encourage each other to prioritize self-care, whether it's going for a jog, taking a relaxing bath, or simply getting enough rest. When you're both feeling good in your own skin, it's easier to show up for each other in a meaningful way. Now let's talk about quality over quantity. Life gets busy, and sometimes you might not have as much time for intimacy as you'd like. And that's okay. The key is to make the most of the moments you do have. Instead of focusing on how often you're intimate, focus on making each experience special. Be present, be engaged, and make an effort to create a deeper emotional and physical connection. Sometimes less is more. A short, meaningful connection can be just as fulfilling as a longer experience, as long as you're both fully invested in the moment. And finally, don't forget to keep things fun. Intimacy should be enjoyable, not a chore. If things have started to feel routine, try mixing it up a bit. Maybe it's trying something new together, whether that's a new activity or a different approach to intimacy. It doesn't have to be anything drastic, but keeping things fresh can reignite the passion and remind you both why you're together in the first place. Be open to exploring new ways of connecting, and don't be afraid to communicate about what you enjoy. In conclusion, sexual wellness for busy couples is all about prioritizing connection, communicating openly, and making the most of the time you have together. Remember, it's not about how often you're intimate, but the quality of the connection you share. By taking small steps to prioritize your relationship, you can keep the spark alive, even when life gets hectic. Thanks for watching QuickHealth Hub. If you found these tips helpful, make sure to give this video a thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe for more health and wellness advice. See you in the next video.